Go.
Nice. Say, everybody, Life U students, we are here today with the incredible my uncle, Dr. Fred Domenico, world changer, incredible healer, teacher of the teachers, master of communication. So thanks
That's
for
actually why we hang out.
yeah,
I'm a celebrity in my own mind.
yeah. Yeah, your family celeb.
Yeah.
I have to swat all the paparazzi away from you when you go.
There you go. So one of the reasons we're on here is I'm the founder of Elite Coaching. I started 20 years ago. But more importantly, when I was a student, I went to LACC. You guys are so fortunate. At least you get some philosophy. But I figured out pretty quick school wasn't going to teach me how to be a great doctor. I think it was like second term. I'm like, I got to go to seminars and figure out how to be a chiropractor because they're just going to teach me how to study and pass tests. So anyway, yeah, I was on a straight line just to be a great chiropractor, great adjuster, and joined a management group in school because I figured, man, if you want to be successful, I don't want to try and chip out the wheel myself, man. You just get in a student program and hang around successful people and see what they think and do. So that's probably because student loans put me through school. So it's like by the time you graduate, man, I got $5 in my wallet and a piece of paper that says I might be somebody important, but not really. But nobody knows about you and you have no money. So, so it's like it's time to get busy.
Yeah.
But I started practicing, man, was definitely found the principle of chiropractic. That's the background right here, universal intelligence and innate intelligence. And the minute I heard the principle, a couple months out of school, I knew that it was a message for humanity. And I never had a goal to build a practice. I wanted to disrupt healthcare. I thought chiropractic needs to rule healthcare, man. The enemy is the medical paradigm. And that's really it. When you have purpose and you have something, if you want to call it, to fight against, or an opponent or an enemy, it makes you extraordinary, which is the fuel and a characteristic for all movements. So I think chiropractic should be a primary healthcare. Now there are people, I mean, it is primary healthcare, but way above medicine. I think that we can make an impact, especially in your guys' generation, to bring chiropractic into the forefront of healthcare.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were having a conversation the other night and you were talking about all of your visions of the impact that you'll have on the world. And so that was really profound. You mind talking about how you see the world today and where you are taking it?
Well, I mean, you guys are just sitting there. I go to study for midterms, man. So it's like, okay, whatever. I got finals coming up. I'm in first quarter. Can I just get my degree?
Yeah.
So the thing is, the more you put school in perspective, just pass the freaking test, get your license, and in the meantime, you better learn how to be a good chiropractor because, I coach docs and finding a good associate that can actually adjust, understand the principle of chiropractic, and have a purpose is so limited these days that if you can do those three things, you can go in it. People are thirsting. The whole profession will be thirsting for you. You get to negotiate. If you're going to associate, you're going to get to negotiate your contract. So understand where you are, and then when you get out, then it's like, okay, I need something bigger than me. So so I came out of I went into practice. Actually, here's a funny story. I was doing this report of findings on this guy. I was in my first year of practice, and I was studying spinal correction. And I just came back from a seminar, and I was describing the spine and all the mechanics. I wasn't even looking at the guy, but I was all fired up about what I was doing. And this, 40 some odd year old big dude, bigger than me, guy I said, so what do you think? And he goes, I have no idea what you're talking about. But if you can give me that energy, I'm in. And he gave me his credit card. So I figured I better get a coach. So through the years, I had 4 coaches, 4 clinics, 4 coaches. And they taught me the traditional model that you guys are going to hear, and that all the practice management people are going to tell you, this patient education model, where you're a doctor and you just spit out the information, and you're so good at spitting out information that you think they're going to commit. So, and then if you know any basic sales, Miss Jones, why's your back, how's your back pain affecting your life? There's groups that are going to teach that. It's like a 40, 50-year-old model, and it's actually obsolete at this point. Then you could start people, but then you find out they quit. And so now you got to spend all your profits on marketing because you can't keep people. When the principle of chiropractic is lifestyle, this becomes their primary health care. So after 11 years of suffering, building a big practice, but having to get 40 new patients a month just to maintain that volume, which was a lot of work, I'm like, screw it, man. This model that I want doesn't exist. So I started studying from Tony Robbins and Steve Jobs. How does Steve Jobs get somebody to sleep on a sidewalk for 2 days for a watch? Because I just got to have this watch, man. I'm going to camp out. Maybe I'll wear my Star Wars uniform. It's like, how do these people do that? How did Travis Kalanick disrupt public transportation with Uber? All these guys are doing the same thing. So I studied from the people that built the world that we live in and created a model that can, if you follow every step, can guarantee you 100 PVA, meaning 90% of your patients are going to stay for lifestyle, bring their family, make chiropractic their primary health care. You're going to keep them for years. And not only is that the most fulfilling, you're going to be the most profitable, sustainable, and they're going to go build it for you.
So then what in context is happening alternatively to that reality? What do you see, since you coach chiropractors all over the world?
Yes.
And so the people that you coach are, hundreds into the thousands, and your reach is significant. So what are you seeing in the profession, and how are you helping to transform it into what you just described?
Well, first of all, the whole profession is going sideways because, they're dogging on X-ray and telling you, this was no different than LACC years ago. What's the subluxation? You can't detect it on X-ray. Is it real? Treat them 12 visits and then refer them out, and insurance getting worse. So what's the whole thing? The bottom line is you have to have your message. You have to know how to talk to people. You want to know how people make life-changing decisions. And you've been studying Alex Hormozy, right? He's got a very famous quote. It's like, if you don't know psychology of your customer and business, you can be right, give them a bunch of information, or you can be rich. You get to pick. It's like, it's a law, man. It's a law. It's human behavior. Unless you think you can change human behavior, the way humans make life-changing decisions, if you can change that psychology, all the power to you.
Yeah.
So until then, you better learn a little bit of psychology so you know your audience, you know how to find their problem, which isn't back pain and it's not their health problem. Their problem is they didn't know they were supposed to take care of their spine and nervous system, that their spinal cord is their lifeline. And that is your life and health, and the quality of your health determines the quality of your life. That's what they didn't know. Their problem isn't back pain, neck pain, headaches. Those will resolve like that. Even their asthma will go away. And, once you start fixing the spine, their ulcerative colitis and their allergies, all that gets better, and that's why they quit. Are they grateful? Yes. But that's healthcare. They have a problem, they go to a doctor, and they quit. This is healthcare lifestyle. So you have to know, how do people make life-changing decisions and change the way they live their life, and you got 5 minutes to do it. Better metaphorically and physically. I mean, and literally,
Yeah.
because you could be in the line of a grocery store. You could be, it's a pre-consultation. You ever hear, there's the mantra, you have one chance to make first impression. You better do the right thing, dude, or they decided they don't like you or want you or will buy what you have that fast.
Yeah.
You might want to study this. And that's what's different about Elite. I've had going on 28 years now studying human behavior, how to influence people, how to inspire people to change their life. And through that, it's like, man, if you're not growing as a person, you're going to struggle in business. Each level of practice is a new identity for you. A person at 100 a week is a very different, tons of limiting beliefs, than a person at 300 or 400 or 250. You're a different person. You have different belief systems, communication styles, patient flow. Like, if you don't know all that, good luck.
Yeah.
And that's what you've been doing, right? I mean, you're my nephew, so
Yeah.
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 I remember the day I met Dalton. His mom brought him home from the hospital. And I'm like, okay, dude, you're gonna be a chiropractor. So I got you. I'll see you in about 30 years.
That's funny. Okay, great. So let's talk about what we can expect as students this weekend. I know that you have the doctors that are coming around. You've got coaches that are going to be there. You have 3 days. Um, can you tell us a little bit about what you're planning on doing?
Well, first of all, the coaches that are going to be there, including myself, well, I'm in practice now, but they're all in practice. They make $1 million a year just on wellness. That's just on their long-term patients. That's not corrective care. So you're talking to people that are certified in spinal correction and chiropractic biophysics. They have, they're making well over $1 million a year. And you may think, well, I don't want to do that, or how do you do that, or maybe not. I get it. You got midterms coming up, or whatever. You just got this week's quiz. But in reality, you want to live in a world, have a family, support a lifestyle, run a clinic with a $30,000 or $40,000 overhead, and some people go 40,000, might 60. So it's like you better know what you're doing. When I remember I opened up a clinic back then, $20,000 a month because I started minimally. But where are you on day one? I mean, good thing I built my practice 60 days before I opened, because we broke 100 a week. And $20,000 a month, that's a lot of credit card charging.
Yeah.
So it's like, you get into the real world, man. Don't think school is going to make you successful. So what are we going to teach you? We start right from, we're going to do in the morning on Friday, day one, day two. How do you get a person to say, Doc, I'm here because of my back pain, into, wow, this is my healthcare system for me and my family. And I want to, Doc, can I bring my kids? Can I bring my wife? And then we're going to show you what it really takes to keep people for years. Have them become inspired, not to be a patient, but to be a leader, to see that medical paradigm isn't working, and they want to help you create a new world. And yes, that is possible.
Right. So let's really quick. I want to make a reference point because we do have students who have the first intro to chiropractic has been the first few weeks of chiropractic philosophy. We have a big range of people who literally are just they don't know anything versus there's another guy in my class who's been going to seminars since he's 14. So typically I believe the average visits that a chiropractor experiences with their patient is about 11 across the industry. Do you remember? Do you net right? So the people that you coach average out, they have these people coming for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of visits. That's what you're talking about. And that's why your system's so brilliant, is because instead of one person coming 11 times, you take that one person and they bring their family, their wife and their kids. So you turn one into four. And then those four people come for the rest of their life. And that's what,
Mostly years. Yeah. I mean, some people move, they do whatever. Sometimes shit happens in life. But yes, coming for years because
yeah.
it's their primary health care.
And you had, what was it, maybe like 6 or 8 months ago, you said you saw a patient of yours from 30 years ago from California. I mean, you had moved a bunch of times in between, and
Yeah, I've
she's
been
still
gone
going to
almost 3 years.
chiropractor every week, still, because of what you,
I've met a number of those that I practice second year out of school. I know some of them I got lucky with, I guess.
yeah,
But yeah, so that's when you know, man, you made impact. And seeing those the parents that are now older, my age, their kids that I adjusted as children grew up, and now they have kids, and all three generations are using chiropractic on a weekly basis. So really, the message that I gave 32 years ago now is affecting kids that weren't born yet.
right,
That's, hey, do you want to do that? I don't know a lot of groups that teach you how to do that on a predictable basis.
right,
Well, I'll be so bold to say I don't know any, but
yeah,
on a predictable basis.
yeah. And the cool thing is that you have coaches from all over who, they are teaching other doctors as well. It's not like you're able to transfer the knowledge and the experience that you have very easily to others. The system that you've created is highly replicatable, which is amazing.
Well, that was the thing. It's not personality dependent.
Right.
So you're studying psychology. Anybody can study psychology. So if you can do the homework, you can master the skill. And the coaches that you're learning from when you come are people that were clients. They were frustrated with other management groups.
Yeah.
And, when they did the system, they kicked butt, and now they want to give back. So you are the people they're giving back to.
Yeah.
So really what it is, we're going to be a room of doctors that paid they joined the coaching group, paid tens of thousands of dollars a year to be there. And since you're a student, you know, you're not going to pay 30,000, you're not going to pay 20,000. You're going to be getting a system that if you take good notes and use parts of it, and then you continue to study, you're going to be world class by the time you graduate. You're going to be teaching other people. Here's the thing: get paid to tutor other students while you're learning. Because what you're going to learn that weekend, you're not going to see anywhere else.
Right.
So
Right.
master yourself, master your art.
Right. And then I'll speak as well. There'll be a group that I'll take out. And because we have flexibility, there'll be a lot of first quarter students coming. We'll be able to focus more on fundamentals of chiropractic and understanding what it means to be a chiropractor, understanding how we can filter out. There's so many ways to be a chiropractor, and we'll learn how to answer the question of how do I filter through all the options and figure out where is it that I want to go. And you will have the opportunity to figure out, wow, I have chiropractors from all over the world in this one room, and we can network and figure out, hey, you know what? I do want to practice in Colorado. Well, there's 3 doctors that are from Colorado right over there. So the ability to create connection and network, now you'll be able to understand a broad array of corrective care chiropractic and what's possible for you in your future.
It's a great opportunity, and the connections you make, in Elite last for life. And you're with highly, highly, highly successful doctors.
Yeah.
So Dalton wanted to put this together for you guys. So tell him what we're gonna do.
So instead of you guys dropping $30,000, like Dr. Fred said, we have an opportunity to get you guys in. The price used to be upwards of a couple thousand for the weekend for students, but because I'll be taking you guys, we are going to get you in for all 3 days at $250. And we'll be able to, we got some freebies for you. So you guys won't leave empty-handed. I mean, you wouldn't if you show up, but you guys have something tangible that you could take and read. We've got the Back to Health book. You want to tell them a little bit about the Back to Health book?
Yeah, go to elitecoachingllc.com and just get the Back to Health book, digital copy. Hopefully the link is working because we've got a new website. So let us know. Email Doll. And then, there's a lot of medical studies in there. Medicine knows a lot about the relationship between spinal structure, stress on spinal cord, and all the diseases people are dying from today. So it will definitely enlighten and strengthen your conviction that you are exactly in the right place.
Right. Right. Cool. And then if we have times that we can open up for some of the students who may not be able to attend all 3 days, is there times we can have them come and just meet the docs, like the Spine and Wine that you have?
Yeah, sure. Come at 6:30 at night, Friday, Saturday.
Sounds good. And at this time, it's real casual. Everybody's talking about what they learned through the day. We have adjusting tables there. So, and there are plenty of docs. If you haven't been adjusted from whatever techniques, we got a lot of really incredible experiences planned for you guys. So,
Cool. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys there. I guarantee it's going to change everything, your whole perspective on where you are, why, what you're doing, how you've been so incredibly blessed to be on the path that you're on, and then just go become world class. And I will say with confidence, and you will hear this a lot from the doctors in there, the more you're associated with Elite, the more you're going to learn things that you're not going to find anywhere in chiropractic that can help you transcend and achieve a greater level than you could if you didn't.
right, right. All right. Well, Dr. Fred, Uncle Fred to me, but Dr. D. Domenico, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Excited to see you this weekend. And love your buds.
Better.
All right.